Okay, third video. Again, these have leaf minor. These have to be treated systemically in the spring and also sprayed. Okay, so that's something to point out. Again, remove the juniper, not enough sunlight and the snow is crushing it. Possibly add a couple flats of vinca in that area. You got Pachysandra here, and then you get the Nepeta. The Nepeta growing in the Pachysandra, I'm not sure if I recommend that. Okay, I would probably remove that. I'd remove these junipers here too and add a couple more flats of vinca. I just think it looks funny. Because these get the disease issue, so I'd remove those. Okay, your blue spruce are also getting eaten by the deer, and they have something called spruce canker. That's when the lower branches die. It's a disease. So there's nothing really you can do to prevent that. I would suggest again, these are going to continue to look worse and worse. I would suggest possibly removing these and putting in a different type of evergreen that's not going to have the same problem. Okay. These are Leyland cypress. These you have to spray a horticultural oil because they get insects eating them, which is probably one reason why these are so sparse. Another reason is it's kind of underneath this tree canopy, so you don't get a lot of sunlight. But these again require horticultural oil, spraying them. So I'd remove all three of these evergreens and replace them perhaps with another type of evergreen because they're on their way out. They're almost dead, those three blue spruce. This is a hemlock tree. And this just has to be treated the same time the boxwoods are treated to prevent insect issues. Like you said, the lawn on certain parts is going to be thin. Number one, because of the shade. Number two, because of the ledge. So I'm trying to see if you have irrigation here. I'll have to ask you that before we leave, if you have sprinklers for the lawn. But you'd probably turn up the water if you do. Again, this juniper I would remove. So that's a Norway spruce. See the difference? That one doesn't have the spruce canker disease. That one does, the blue spruce does. So perhaps you end up planting 3 more Norways over there to replace the 3 blue spruce. Makes more sense. This has to be trimmed though. Remove this juniper. The weeping Norway spruce is in really good condition. That looks good. Viburnum's in good condition. That looks good. Forsythia has to be trimmed back. These junipers I'd remove. This is probably less of a priority, but I would eventually remove all these junipers and then possibly replace them with other plants in this area in the front. Remove the blue juniper, the ground cover juniper, remove that, rethink this area. This is a Stewartia tree. It's one of my favorite trees. That's in good condition. I'd obviously keep that where it is. You have like this area here that we spoke about going all the way down to almost to the dogwood tree, actually underneath the dogwood tree. So you have this